Hey guys, we are just leaving Silverton, Colorado. Okay, we didn't just leave. We already made it over the scary bridge, right, babe?
Yeah, we went up over Red Mountain Pass, and if anybody's never done that before, it's a pretty precarious road from Silverton over the mountain to Ouray, Colorado. It was nicknamed the $1 Million Highway years ago because I guess they made it in the 1900s. I don't know, mid 1900s or whatever. It cost $1 million to make, which was a lot of money back then. But anyway, it's a really skinny, steep, precarious, mountain pass. So when you're pulling close to 20,000 pounds on a fifth wheel trailer, it was a little scary getting over last week, just because it was so steep, and then coming back wasn't so bad. The backside coming up from Silverton's not so steep, but coming back down the Ouray was really steep. But going downhill, we just left it in first gear and just coasted and put our hazards on and pulled over when we could to let people by and just took it easy. And so maybe an average of 15 miles per hour on the way down, but it's better than having your brakes go out when you're pulling that much weight. So.
That's right. It was. I was grateful to be on the mountainside this time as well. Instead of on our way out there, we were looking over the edge of the cliff. So yeah. It was nice to be back. We had the best week off-roading in that Silverton area. I mean, how many miles do you think we rode in a week? Hundreds?
Hundreds, probably. I mean, probably 500-600 miles. But there's just so many trails there. There's so much history there with mining, from silver mining and gold mining, and everywhere you look, everywhere you go, there's remnants of old mines and mills and gold mills and stamp mills and stuff that they had, and it was really incredible. I mean, and you go up pretty high. You're up 13,000 feet in some passes and so forth. Yesterday afternoon we got a little rainstorm coming through Silverton, and then when the rainstorm went through and we looked up behind us, up where all the mountains are at, there was actually snow on the top of the mountain. So here it is, middle of July, and it wasn't a lot of snow because within about an hour it was pretty much gone. But as soon as the clouds left in the real high country, the 13,000 feet area, there was dusting of snow. So, and it's interesting to see a snowstorm in the middle of mountains, in the middle of July. But
right. We saw plenty of snow. Quite a few banks, very old ones that had been there for a long time, even with like rivers running underneath them, but snowbanks that probably really never melt all the way. Yeah. It was amazing. We saw wildlife galore. I love marmots. If you don't know what a marmot is, look it up. They're the cutest things. They live all in the mountains. We saw moose. We saw some
a lot of deer.
Obviously lots of birds and things. They have beautiful songs where we were at. And there's videos coming of all of the off-roading we did. We're going to map out some of the trails for you guys. We did one 9-hour ride day, and that was a lot, but it was pretty fantastic. So we'll share all those details with you as well.
Yeah, we went over all the way from Silverton over to Lake City. We had to go over 2 different passes. We went over one pass actually went over 3 passes. We went over California Pass down into an area called Poughkeepsie Gulch, and at the top of Poughkeepsie Gulch there's which I'm sure we'll get videos and pictures out, but there's a high mountain lake way at the very top of the mountain in a crater. It's called Lake Como, and it is the deepest turquoise blue. It's incredible. So, but we went over California Pass, then we went down Poughkeepsie Gulch, and then had to go up over a pass called Engineer Pass, and then went all the way down into Lake City, and then did a loop and come back over another pass called Cinnamon Pass, which is probably one of the oldest ones in that area, that was made a long time ago to connect Lake City to Silverton during the mining era and stuff. But
it's so cool, and I'll be working on the videos, and when you watch them, think about horse and carriage, because that's how they built all that shit there. That's how they got all that stuff there.
Yeah,
which is just unbelievable.
When you look at the size of some of these stamp mills that they had built, even in their disarray now, and just the sheer massiveness of all the steel and the forged, cast iron that they used to make the stamps and everything and then you think about where you're at, which just took you probably 45 minutes in a modern, UTV riding up there to get to there. It's just amazing how they would even be able to get the stuff up there, and it definitely makes sense why they didn't tear it down, because it was just probably too much of a pain in the ass to get it there, let alone take it all down. But
yeah, well, we had a glorious week, and I look forward to sharing all the videos and photos with you. It was Russ's birthday week. What do you think of it overall, babe?
It was good. It was a good birthday week. So I wish we could have stayed in Silverton a little bit longer, but there wasn't really a lot. We got a big trailer, and there wasn't a whole lot of nice, boondocking, like, areas around it that still had good LTE service. So we ended up staying at the campground a little bit longer, but, it starts to get a little bit pricey staying at the campground. Right. So we decided time to head back, go mood stocking for a little bit more at my brother's house, and then we'll head out from there to our next adventure. So
that's right.